Well, good morning. It's Monday morning, and it's been quite a weekend. I've had quite a few of my clients calling me over the weekend, and actually I was happy to talk to them because there's this time it was a little bit more positivity. Um, and don't get me wrong, everybody's been positive through this. They've been great. Our businesses that we support have just been, yes, they're worried, but they have that great optimistic look at what's going on with their business and how they're going to be able to make it through. All of us have to kind of remember what it was like when we first started our companies and we had our first struggle, and how we got through that, and then the second and the third, and before you know it, we kind of got used to these things. We didn't get as panicked, and we realized that we have the abilities to get through just about anything. You have the ability to get through this. One of the good things that's happened is the CARE Act has come into play, and that was signed on Friday, and we are pretty excited about that. Now, this week is where we find out how they're going to administrate that. There's been a little bit of talk about that's happened. However, it is going to be today and tomorrow that we probably hear as to what the true administration of those funds is going to look like, and time frames, some other things on that that'll be tightened up. The good thing is that it passed. I think it's going to make a big difference for our businesses. I've talked a little bit about this before in the prior videos and some of my posts, is that this is something we have to really look at closely. This is not a fix. This is not a long-term fix at all. This is a short-term fix only. This basically gives us more runway before we have to take off fully on this journey and we commit to it. What a wonderful blessing we have to have a little bit more runway. One thing that I had mentioned before, and has been mentioned a few other times at other places, is that, and I'll go ahead and say it again, which is that perfection is the enemy of good, and good is good enough for this event. Well, because of the CARES Act and because of some of the things going on right now, we might be able to go a little bit better than good. We might be able to get to better, and uh, and that's fantastic. That's going to help us all out. This bought us a little bit of time. Look at it for what it is. The CARES Act, whatever money you're able to get to help pay for your employees through the Paycheck Protection Plan, if that's the choice that you go to, or whether it's through the other loan processes and the things that are happening there, because you can choose one side or the other, not both, on this act. And take a look at some of the things I've posted on my LinkedIn. If you're one of my clients, you've probably been getting quite a few emails from us. But there'll be more coming, and we're trying to simplify that as we go as well. In fact, our teams are working on that today and tomorrow and have been over the weekend. You'll be seeing more stuff coming out. If you're not getting these, please go ahead and just direct message me, and I'll add you to the list. We won't spam you. It's just going to be the information that we feel is pertinent to pass on to our clients. And I know everyone's email boxes are just filling up with stuff. If it comes from BBSI, you know that it's going to actually have some value to read, and it's not an advertisement. But again, we're going to have some really good information coming out the next couple of days as to how this is going to be administrated, what might be best things to look at for your business, for where you're at as to which side of this thing you're going to do. But the most important thing I can ask you to do, and what we're doing within our business as well, is just remember this is a temporary help to give us a little bit longer runway before we take off on this journey. So do your due diligence. Really start looking as to what makes sense for the short term of your business into the long term. If this event only lasts 3 months or 6 months or 9 months before the economy is bouncing back and coming to where we actually feel comfortable, or even a year, how is that going to make a difference on the decisions you're making today? What things can you do without? What are some luxuries that you've afforded your business, for you personally as a business owner, but also for the company as a whole? What are some of those things that you can look at a little bit differently, handle a different way, or just plain out do without? Take a look at the business and see what activities you're working on that maybe you're taking up a good 30, 40% of your time that really are netting almost nothing in comparison. They exist. They're there. They're there in my business. I know in my day there are things that I spend time on. One could be making a recording like this. Of course, I'm doing this at 6 in the morning before the business really is up and running. And then this is buying me time, because this is the same telephone or the same information I'd be giving you on a telephone call today. And so take a look at your activities. How can you work smart? And what's gonna help you with that? And remember, yes, you have a little bit longer ramp here, or before you take off, right? Of runway. Use it well, use it wisely, make those decisions you need, and understand what your business plan is going to be and what the trigger points are as to, okay, if this doesn't come back by, they just extended President Bush yesterday. Wow, I just went back in time. President Trump yesterday went ahead and extended things till the end of April, before turning the economy back on, as he said, instead of the 15th. Um, that's okay. They've just afforded that for a lot of us through some of these programs and some of these things that are in the CARES Act. Let's utilize this thing as best we can. How are you going to make it this month? How are you going to make it next month? How are you going to be part of the rebound? What are you going to do within your business to rebound? If this ends up being an additional month further or 3 months further of something like this catastrophically, how are you going to keep your business alive? What are you going to need to do? Take a look at the financial end of this. Take a look at your employees' end of this, the energy that you've got to spend, the product line that you're going to be using. Take a look also right now very carefully at who your vendors are, your supply chain, your shipping and your receiving, take a look at everything and see which of these companies do you feel very comfortable about, and find backups. Because what we're seeing right now is last week, I think it was Wednesday, I had two of my companies that were in the construction trade that are they're hopping busy. The biggest problem they had, they couldn't get the supplies they needed. And, all of a sudden their supplier wasn't able to ship to the sites. So how are you going to make that up? Well, one of them decided, well, I guess I need to actually send one of my guys down to the factory, pick up the stuff that they need. Luckily, he was close enough where he could actually get that from the distributors. Um, but but other ones, it's a matter of have backup suppliers and vendors. Make sure that you're doing your due diligence to keep your doors open, right? And have everything you can so that if something does hits you a little bit sideways, you're ready for it. Right now, being prepared is crucial for what you're doing and preparing. And you've got this little bit of runway. Okay, it was this short last week. Now it's about this short. Okay, we're used to having a really nice long one. We can make it work. We're going to have it. Keep positive, keep optimistic, but don't bet everything just on your optimism. Remember, hope doesn't pay the bills. You do. So you've got to be serious about where you're going today. I hope you have a wonderful week and a wonderful day. I'll probably put out a couple more of these videos because, again, like I said, by the time I actually hit stop on this thing and post it, there'll be new things that have come out. But again, those are just some things to look at today. I hope you have a fantastic week, and I hope to hear from you soon.